Hi guys, Steph here. As you guys know, my days are always packed with back-to-back meetings, and it's really important for me to fill myself up, especially during lunchtime, with healthy, nutritious food. 50 Cent is one of my favorite places to go to, and today we are lucky enough to have Victor Yap from 50 Cent with us here today. So Victor, thank you for coming to the show and
Thanks for having
here.
us. Thank you. Hi, I'm Victor. Welcome.
Okay, so Victor, tell me what inspired you to open this cafe, this restaurant? Because like I can see from the menu that you guys have is very extensive. From vegan, you cater to vegan, gluten free, and basically people who just doesn't really eat healthy come to this place.
Sure. Yes, it's, it's mostly lifestyle based, living a healthy, active lifestyle. And me and my business partners, we are the type of people who enjoy a mix of physical activity, mindful living, and also with that comes with what we put into our body, so healthier eating, mindful selection of ingredients and what we consume, looking into things about how functional nutrition are. We're not really approaching it from a very scientific or from sort of nutritionist point of view. We're still approaching it from a cook's and eating point of view. So flavors is still very important. But I think we're lucky enough to be living in a country where we have access to a lot of fresh ingredients, a lot of flavorful ingredients as well. And we try to combine different flavors and ingredients together to create the sort of dishes that we do.
So Victor, tell us more about this dish.
Okay, this is one of our favorite dishes.
It's my favorite too. Love it.
We call it the Harissa chicken kebab. So it's trimmed chicken chop, chicken chop being from the leg part, so it's the drumstick and the thigh, trim off the fats, the skin and the bone, and we make it into little pieces of chicken, marinate it in a homemade Harissa sauce, and then grilled and then served with some of the extra sauce as well.
Okay. And this is inspired by Mediterranean?
Yes, Mediterranean, North African flavors. I've always enjoyed harissa when I traveled to Europe, when I was living abroad as well.
Yeah.
And it's one of the flavors that I tried to recreate when I came back. Again, it's a very good example of a dish which is influenced from halfway around the world.
Yeah.
But you can more or less get all the ingredients locally to make the sauce or the paste.
It's very rich.
Mainly being like the onions and the garlic. Of course, we can always use our own red onions. Nowadays, you can get capsicum locally grown as well from the Cameroon. So that is the main flavor, the sweetness and the vegetable flavor comes from that. And then, of course, we use the local lemon and lime and the cumin, coriander, and fennel in it as well. So, from those ingredients, you can imagine it's already quite a robust, quite an intense tasting marinade.
And the flavor just burst in my mouth.
And it's a great alternative because it's a low-fat dish. The marinade itself is very low-fat. You don't actually need any oil. And of course, the chicken, once you trim it, you marinate it. It's one example of getting a lot of flavor in a dish that is sort of like packed with protein and low-fat, and hopefully satisfying at the same time. And to bulk up the dish, of course, vegetables, very important.
Yeah.
We serve again with a lot of Mediterranean style inspired flavors.
Yeah.
On this side, you see what we call the Lebanese Slaw. It's like coleslaw with cabbages, except that instead of using cream or mayonnaise, we simply use extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. So it has zingy flavor to go with the harissa. And on this side is the sumac salsa, like a typical salsa, but we just try something different using the sumac berries again from the Middle East. It gives it a tangy flavor as well. So overall, it's a very tangy, fresh, bright dish. Very, very nice on a hot day.
Okay, so tell us about this second dish.
Okay.
Looks like curry.
Yes.
And I know this is ulam.
Yes.
It's a very local thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite dishes on the menu. I always look forward to it every Wednesday. We only do this on Wednesday because on top of the a la carte menu, we do have daily specials that we supplement the menu with. So Wednesday, we call it lean mean green Thai curry. So basically, it's inspired by green Thai curry but we do a lighter vegan version out of it. So
Oh,
we
so
don't.
this is vegan.
Yes, so we don't use heavy coconut cream, for example, although that is the authentic recipe. We use a little bit of light coconut santan that we get locally.
So this is tofu?
Tofu, yes,
Yeah.
pan-seared tofu with coconut oil. And we don't use fish sauce or shrimp sauce as well. We replace it with a little bit of natural miso. So we keep it vegan that way while still getting a bit of depth of flavor into it. You won't be able to see it, but it's loaded with green vegetables inside as well, like garden peas, local kailan, and also broccoli.
Yeah.
Broccoli. And now, of course, for a bit of extra protein, there's some tofu on top.
Yeah.
And we serve it alongside what we call our ulam rice salad. It's inspired by nasi ulam.
Yep.
Lots of local herbs in it. Things like turmeric leaf, Thai holy basil, ginger bud flower, bunga kantan, lemongrass as well. And we toss it all together with a bit of toasted coconut or Harissa, as we call it here, with basmati rice. But there's a lot of, what we do is we put a lot more ulam into it and treat it like a rice salad rather than just a heavy rice dish.
I can eat this on its own.
Really?
It's really good.
It goes really
Yeah.
well with the curry, so that's why we serve it together.
So tell me more about this dish. I know it's bone broth,
Yes.
and I know that there's some healing effect, right? So
Yes.
yeah, can you please tell us more?
Sure.
What inspired you to
What
come up?
inspired
Yeah,
you?
because it's a
Okay.
very Chinese thing to me.
Yeah.
Like only the Asian, like the
Yes.
Chinese Asian loves soup,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I think for a couple of years now, bone broth has been a bit of a buzzword within the health and wellness sort of F&B, especially in places like New York and LA. There are bone broth bars popping up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's something that our grandmothers have been doing for generations.
Yes,
Just taking
yeah.
things like chicken bones or animal bones and just boiling it down until all the good stuff from the bones, like the protein and the gelatin
Yeah.
and the minerals and the calcium, are extracted from it. And I basically grew up with bone broth soup.
Yeah.
And sometimes your parents will add things like carrots or potatoes or things
Correct.
into it.
And you boil it for
and
hours.
you boil it for hours.
Yeah.
So to be honest, it's nothing really new to us, to Asians. So it's not really to us, we don't treat it like a trend.
But
food
sometimes a
or
lot
anything
of
like that.
times, like, because people are so busy nowadays,
Yeah.
they really don't have time
It's-
to
it-
even,
yes.
boil.
It's a very intensive, labor-intensive
Yeah.
work doing this, because first we have to roast the bones, and we select grass-fed beef bones that has the marrow intact in it.
Okay.
So we roast it first, and then after that we have to simmer it with vegetables, onions and vegetables for flavors. No salt added. For 2 days, 48 hours exactly.
Wow.
So we're going to keep on a low flame and just keep cooking it, and it will reduce from like a watery broth into something that's quite intense and thick and brown. And what the process does is that it breaks down the bones and extracts the gelatin from
so
the
you
marrow.
only have all the good stuff there.
Yeah. And the gelatin is basically will break down and provide you with collagen. So that's
So it's good for the skin.
it's good for the skin, and gelatin and collagen are essential. They're basically a form of protein, essential amino acids, and it does help in healing people with leaky gut syndrome, for example. And when you have the sort of gut health benefits associated with it, you become more efficient in terms of absorbing nutrients as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a highly nutritious dish, but you do need a lot of patience and time to sort of get it right, to extract all the goodness out of the bones.
Cool. So what do you have?
So here, because we spend so much time and effort in extracting the bone broth, we serve it plain. So there's no seasoning, nothing in it. You can taste the pure flavor of it, and that makes it suitable for children and kids as well. So what we do on the side here is we provide a few flavor profiles for you to mix and match as you like.
I
We
see.
have a little bit of caramelized onions,
I see.
pink salt, Sarawak black pepper, and also local spring onion chives. So you can put a bit in if you feel like you want it a bit salty or peppery.
Maybe I'll just try just the original flavor first before adding on. Right. Wow. How many hours did you boil it for?
48.
48 hours.
48
yeah.
hours.
It's really good.
With things like celery, onion, carrots, bay leaf, just the kind of like soupy element to it, just to give a bit more flavor. But essentially, it's all from roasting the bones.
And tell us more about this.
The cake, okay? Well,
It's my favorite.
you know, even though we're into healthy eating,
Yeah.
we should still end a meal with a dessert.
I agree.
So then it comes down to, you know, what kind of dessert we go for. Here we provide what we call alternative cakes. Cakes that all our cakes we do are generally wheat-free, gluten-free. A lot of non-dairy option, meaning there's no butter or no cream. We use alternatives such as, you know, prunes or sweeteners or dates or sweeteners. For example, our brownie, we use coconut oil instead of butter. So there's always some alternatives. And in this case, I've always...
What is this?
Coconut Kaffir lime cake. And I've always loved, you know, plain butter cake or pound cake. And this is our alternative to it. We do it very similar to a pound cake, except that we replace the flour with ground almonds and ground coconut. We replace the sugar with raw molasses in this one. And also we replace the butter with a little bit of olive oil and coconut oil. So there's a bit of tropical flavors of coconut and a
and
Kaffir
coconut,
lime.
like, because Asian love their coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course then the Kaffir lime just to add a bit of a local sort of zingy floral flavor to it.
Nice.
So if you like something tart and coconutty, then you probably might enjoy it.
Yeah, I love this. So good. Love the coconut.
The coconut and
And the lime, so refreshing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and this drink?
This drink, we also do our own kombuchas. You know, a lot of people have been asking for kombucha. And we do a lot of fermentation in-house, and this is one of the examples.
But I always wonder when you introduce, like, you know, kombucha and kefir, do people ask you, like, what it is? Do you need a lot of education?
Certain products like Kefir, yes, not so many people are familiar with that, but somehow kombucha is very popular. People already know, coming in here already knowing what it is, and they associate it with a health drink. So they would tend to ask whether we have kombuchas. And so a few months ago, we started fermenting our own, and we tried to do something different by infusing with different flavors that will complement it. Because kombucha itself, when it's fermented well, it's a very strong flavor. It's almost sort of vinegary, so you have to sort of like be quite careful with it in terms of creating your flavors.
Does it have any health benefits?
It has food enzymes. It's a kind of fermentation. Unlike Kefir, which has more probiotics, Kefir has more food enzymes. Kombucha has more food enzymes in there. So we do offer it side by side for people to choose. Me, myself, I take both. You know, just get the hit of everything. So this one we use local mangoes to infuse the flavors into it. So we ferment the kombucha, which is black tea, for 6 days. And on the 7th day, it continues to ferment with the added mango. And then we bottle it and sell it in-house.
You use a lot of the local fruits, like easily available here.
Yeah, easily available. So we don't want to use things like, say, cherry, for example. That's only available twice a year and very expensive from America and from Australia as well. Lots of air miles involved. So we have abundance of.
I know,
of
that's the
local
beauty being in
fruits,
Asia. Just like never really have to worry about not enough fruits.
And mango is one of my favorite fruits anyway. So
cool. Right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi everyone. Now I'm with Sume from the 50 cents gut bar.
Hi, hi guys, welcome to our gut bar.
You know, like the recent scientist research say that 80% of our health really depends on how healthy our gut is. So I really love this idea of you guys having a gut bar here. So today, would you be able to show us some of your famous or, you know, things that we can do to heal our gut?
Well, yeah, definitely. I'll try my best. Just to explain, the concept behind our gut bar is we wanted something, a fermented element to our drinks to sort of complement our food. We thought it would go really well. Fermented items, even like food and drinks, they're really great for healing the gut, boosting your immune system, things like that.
So it helps with digestive.
Yes, it does as well, definitely, because you're talking about a lot an injection of probiotics and food enzymes that go in, and it really helps you. Why we started this was because at home I was having like some issues with bloatedness, things like that, and I decided to try something a bit more natural to see how that worked. I started making my own milk kefir, water kefir at home, and I found that it really, really helped me. Today we'll be doing coconut milk kefir.
Okay.
It's a completely dairy-free option here.
And coconut is so easily available
it's
in
from
Asia.
our local market here, Santan, as you call it.
Love it. Yeah.
Fresh coconut
Fresh,
milk,
yeah.
so it's great. Typically, most people ferment with milk grains, milk kefir grains here, but because we do cater to vegans here, we want to make sure that it's completely dairy-free.
Yeah.
So
But
here,
you do have options for...
we do have options.
Okay,
We have
okay.
options for cow's milk kefir as well.
Okay. Is it different in terms of taste if you use coconut compared to cow's?
Yes, actually. This one still has like a tangy, imagine like a tangy santan flavor. You can still feel the santan flavors coming through. So we have people who actually really love coconut milk, and that's great because, you know, with coconut oil, coconut milk, these are items that are highly nutritious, lots of good healthy fats here. So it's stuff we try to put in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with kefir, just a little background, it's what happens is that it will interact with the milk or coconut milk, and then it will produce lots of good bacteria, which then
The probiotic.
Yeah, probiotics, lots of good probiotics and yeast, and that helps.
Okay. So tell us what's in here.
Okay, so in here, this is our vegan-friendly option. This is the starter. The starter here is finished water kefir.
Okay.
So this one's completely dairy-free, and that's what we offer here.
Okay.
And what we'll do is, this is our fermentation jar, but you can just use any glass jar at home.
Okay.
We recommend glass jars just because if you use plastic, it's very hard to get your hands on a food-safe, food-grade plastic. So glass is always better, so it doesn't react so well. Yep. And then we'll just, so here I've got 50 ml of starter, water kefir, and I put in 500 ml of coconut milk. So it's about a 10% ratio.
Okay. So technically you can put more, just top
You
it
can
up
put
with
more,
the-
just top up more. So if you have
Okay.
like a really big jar,
Yeah.
go ahead, you know,
Okay.
put more. But this is just quite a nice size for fermentation at home, I think. We just add it in. It's really simple process. Pop it all in. This is exactly 500. That's it. Okay, and then you just close it. So for those at home who don't have fermentation jar, you can just close it with either a muslin cloth, cheesecloth, cotton cloth. Those are natural fibers.
Okay.
Just shut it, rubber band, and you're
Okay.
good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we'll just close it here. And then I store it for about 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. It's actually dependent on your taste. So 24 hours, you still get a lot of the santan flavors coming through.
Okay.
But we like it a little bit more tart.
Yes.
So we leave it until 48 hours.
Okay, but can you go longer than 48 hours?
You can, but it's also, it's quite, it's dependent on how tart you want it, because it can get very, very tart after that.
Okay, so 48 is just
We
good.
find, we experimented, we kind of like the flavor at 48, so it's not overly, you know, overly pungent. Okay, so store this in a cool, dark area away from direct heat and sunlight. Okay, and then so this is one we've actually pre-made, and this has been
this
ready.
is after 48 hours.
This is after 48 hours. As you can see here, it's separated, so you know it's kind of it's ready.
Yeah.
It's separated already.
Okay.
The top layer, usually like the clear liquid here, is whey, which is a really good protein, very rich in protein. And then this one is more like the fats of that has been separated. So that's also a lot of healthy fats here.
Okay.
And all you do is, it's super simple. And all you do, have a smell.
Oh, wow, I can still...
So it's really nice because it's got that really nice flavor of coconut milk
so
still coming
nice.
through.
Yeah. I love coconut, so
Yeah.
like, love it.
Okay, and just give it a little mix.
Okay.
Just to mix it all up. And that's it, you're pretty much good to go. So this one you could have it, put it in a smoothie, or you could even put it in cereal, your morning cereal, substitute it for yogurt.
Interesting. So Sumei, you're going to be showing us the Beta Boost smoothie, right?
Yes.
You can see all these local ingredients. So is this the
This
papaya?
is papaya, this is Kaffir lime, and we've got a little bit of sumac here, which is a sumac is like it's a Middle Eastern berry. It's actually very similar to like sour plum.
I see.
Sour plum. So we kind of use that as a.
Is
as a
it easily
substitute.
available?
It is actually easily available in the certain supermarkets, but if not, we actually recommend you can just use sour plum.
Sour plum.
So much
Easy.
easier. Just
Yeah.
pop it in. But that's the inspiration we got. With Beta Boost, what we're using these ingredients is because we took inspiration from, you know how you normally eat papaya, slice of papaya, and you squeeze a lime in, that sort of thing to kickstart your digestion.
Yeah.
So that's why we sort of crafted this smoothie.
So the health benefit for this smoothie will be for the digestion in particular.
Yeah, we picked definitely papaya because papaya is high in food enzymes.
Yeah.
And we wanted something that would go well with coconut milk kefir, because milk kefir, as you know, has the probiotics, so we just want to like up it a little bit more. So this is actually a great digestive aid that you can have before or after your meal.
Great. And papaya is so easily available.
So easy and it's so yummy. So
Yeah,
it's
it is.
perfect. So we have here we have about 220 grams of papaya, but feel free to put more in. It's actually up to you.
Okay.
Okay. And then here is our coconut milk kefir that's ready made. We use it in place of yogurt as well because it has a much larger range of good bacteria over yogurt, and it's homemade, so it's always, you can't beat that. Higher probiotics as well.
True.
Okay, so 150 ml here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's pop that in. Okay. All right, and we sprinkle a little bit here, just a little pinch. Just to give it like a really nice floral citrus flavor. Since it's that local citrus
Can
fruit.
you use like orange?
You could actually. You could use orange, but we do like Kaffir because we're trying to keep to local ingredients as much as possible.
True.
It's much better. Just 1/8 of Kaffir lime juice, so freshly squeezed Kaffir lime juice as well. Put that in. Okay. And that's it, actually. I've popped some ice just to make it nice and cold. Okay. It's also something you can just have on the go. You put it in your cup, drive to work, and go. Yeah, you're ready. And the thing is, it's so easy because with Kefir, you can just mix it with whatever fruits you like as well, and you've got your breakfast. Pour it up here.
Looks so good.
Oh, nice and orange. Okay, and just garnish it with a little bit of the sumac. Adds a really nice tangy flavor. And again, the floral accent with the Kaffir lime zest.
Looks really good. My gut's gonna be very happy today.
It would be. You might get some action going on there. But it's completely normal, so it's just clearing things out.
Yeah, in a good way.
In a very good way.
So creamy and yummy.
Yeah, the Kaffir makes it really nice.
The coconut flavor and the papaya, tastes really good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of coconut milk, coconut oil, so it's really nice.
What other
to
fruits
have
do you
that.
use?
We make our own mango lassis as well.
Okay.
So we make a version of mango lassi with kefir. And then we also do like a workout shake. It's called the thick shake. So we use a lot of cacao, avocado, banana. So it's really nice.
You can also
chocolatey.
do this, right?
Yeah, you can do